Hi, welcome to my channel, The Not Retired Life. My name is Leanne. I'm 63 years of age and I'm still working full time and I rent. I decided to start this channel because I just found when I went looking on YouTube, I was looking for people in a similar situation to me who are going to work right up until their retirement age, which here in Australia is 67, or through their retirement age, be it because they want to, might have their own small business, or they enjoy working, or in a career that they love, or more than likely because financially they're not in a position or won't be in a position to retire at 67 at retirement age. So are sort of planning to work through that. So I went looking out on YouTube and all I could find was, a lot of channels about how to retire early, people that are already in retirement and what they're doing. So really advocating early retirement and setting them, being in that situation where they can retire early because they're financially set up. And I couldn't find anything that sort of really supported those people out there that don't have that privilege to be in that situation for whatever reason, what happened in their past, financially, whatever. So I decided, it sort of inspired me to start this channel and just see how it goes, see if there's other people out there in a similar position to me. And so I'm really excited to just start, I guess, journaling and sharing my experiences so far. And especially with work, like I still work full time. I've been laid off twice in the last 2 years. So I've had to pivot and completely sort of change direction, I guess, with my career. So I really want to share in a later episode how I did that, the kind of things that I went through, what led to me being laid off and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm hearing a lot about people who are sort of reaching that age, in their 60s, and that they're being discriminated against because of age, and they feel that that's sort of holding them back. So I think that I really want to share sort of my experiences with that and how I navigated that and how I stay relevant, I guess, in a really challenging sort of work situation where you've got a lot of young people and trying to keep up with technology and all that kind of stuff. So that's sort of something that I'll be discussing down the line. Also, I think it's really interesting to share my financial journey and, like I've owned houses in the past. I don't own one now, but I am investing. So the various areas that I invest my money, how I manage debt, how I spend my money and things like that. And hopefully that will interest some people, because I think it's really, I know that when I watch some other channels and how people are doing that, I find it really interesting, and I do get little handy hints, I guess, from other people and how they're doing it. So I really think that that's an interesting thing to share, like to share your financial sort of, without going exposing too much, but just sort of share that side of things. I also think that, like I'll be talking a lot about health, how I manage my day-to-day sort of activities. I think that if you're planning on working, for the next number of years or whatever, I think that health is a number one thing that you need to have, otherwise you can't work. So it's vitally important to sort of working through your retirement years. So I'll be talking a bit about that and what I do, and also I guess how I sort of plan my days. Of course there's times when I get really tired and I feel like I'm sort of on the treadmill of life and the grind. And so, I want to talk about how I stay positive. I think attitude is everything. And so, you're allowed to have down days. You're allowed to, wake up and just have a crappy day, I guess. But it's how you sort of bounce back from that, how you just keep going and look at the positive side of I guess, work, so that you don't feel that you're just, tuned in to just working, going to bed, waking up, going to work, that kind of thing. And sort of getting the most out of that and your work situation, and just talking about, like I have to enjoy the work that I do. There's no way that I could work in a job that I hated. I would really struggle with that. So I think that's a really big factor, and I think that has a massive impact on your attitude, your positivity, and being able to enjoy your downtime when you know, and I'm talking about when you really, really hate going to work and it's just, and you hate your job and you hate the people that you work with. It's not a healthy, I think that adds stress. So it's not a healthy situation to be in. So that's the kind of thing I want to talk about as well. But I just think that, you know, to have that support, and it'd be really nice to hear back from any of you out there that are in a similar situation. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this and give me some feedback. But I hope that as we know, I sort of release all of these episodes as they come up. I hope that you can get something out of that and just share your knowledge as well, because I think that there is a lot of us that are in this situation, and you know, I think that you still need to live for today. Like I still want to enjoy my life, so I do save money, I do invest as much as I can, but I won't go without. So to a certain extent, I'm not over the top, but I still will go out to dinner. I still will buy some things that I want to buy. I still travel. So I don't want to be so caught up into retirement that I'm not enjoying my life now. Because I think the worst thing that could happen is if your health goes down, you're still working really hard and you've put all of that on hold because you're sort of doing the grind until you can actually stop. So I think it's sort of planning that out where you are planning for your retirement down the track, or working through, but at some point stopping and still enjoying your life along the way and being able to have a few holidays and all that kind of thing. I don't agree, and this is just me personally, I don't agree with you know, putting life on hold because you're so concerned about, you know, being able to live when you retire. And so that has meant, I guess, with my life, that I have had a great life, fulfilled life, and I've done the things I wanted to do, but at the detriment of now having to work through retirement and not having so much put away, ready for retirement, I guess. But I wouldn't change that. Luckily enough, I do enjoy work. I don't love it, but I do really enjoy it. I find it satisfying. You know, being within a team and me talking to people, keeping up with technology, it makes me, you know, keep thinking, makes me, I guess, organized. I've got to be structured. And I think that that's a really good thing as we age. And you're hearing so much about older people getting dementia or Alzheimer's and things like that. And and it's just my personal belief. It doesn't mean that it's right or wrong or anything. It's just how I think. I think that working and learning new things constantly and being pushed outside your comfort zone really helps with that, because you're using your brain. You're sort of being stretched. Your brain's being stretched, and so I think that is definitely a positive. But anyway, stay tuned, because I am going to release, you know, go drill down into more of this information as, you know, I release episodes. So please, if this is something that you're interested in, please subscribe or just leave some feedback. I'd really love to know what your situation is and how you're navigating that. And yeah, that'd be fantastic. Thank you for listening.